we think of volunteer assistants, we think of a young man, a former player that just graduated from school. He's sticking around. He wants to be around the team. And there are some volunteer assistants like that. But for the most part, volunteer assistants are grown men with families. A lot of these guys, if you look at Auburn, Steve Smith is a volunteer assistant. He's their pitching coach. If you look at Mitch Gaspard at Georgia, he's the former head coach of Alabama. Mark McMillan at Ole Miss, he's a Division II, Division III national champion. These are men that have successful resumes, and they at times are trying to climb the ladder to better their career and better their family situations and make money. So they take volunteer assistant jobs at an SEC school or an ACC school to climb that ladder of opportunities. And when they get there, they're sacrificing their family, but they're sacrificing the opportunity to go on the road and recruit because they made all those contacts and networked when they were head coaches at one time in the past. If you can't recruit, you can't get out there anymore. And if you can't get out there, you're slowly drifting into oblivion. So the chance of you advancing to another program, because the bottom line when somebody's hiring coaches like Andy Cannizzaro is they want a guy that can recruit. If you can't recruit, you're of no use to a program. Well, the other part of this vote was not only the paid assistant, but it was also to allow them to go out to recruit. So they get to keep a name for themselves in the public, and they get to have the opportunity to go somewhere else. If you're a volunteer assistant under Coach Maneri or Bianco or whoever, you're depending on them to call any coach or any relationship they have to put in a good word for you, and they're going to go off of Coach Maneri's merit or what Bianco says because they don't know what you can do in the public. It also takes away from the two coaches. Alan Dunn is not going to leave the team to go recruit. He's in charge of the pitching staff. So it puts a lot of pressure, and Coach Maneri's not going. It puts a lot of pressure on that one guy. In LSU's case is Nolan Kane. So not only does it benefit the volunteer himself, that coach himself, but it benefits the rest of the coaching staff because at some point you're going to have to leave your team during the season or when it matters most in the offseason to go recruit to bring new guys in. And another thing, it affects the coach, it affects the family, it affects the program, it affects the kids that are around the country that deserve a fair look because now Nolan Kane or Mark McMillan or whoever, Carl Lafferty from Ole Miss, they can't go out and see as many kids as they want because they're limited as a two-man traveling crew for each program.